Room Tone Podcast is a show produced by us, three movie nerds shooting the shit while talking about shooting the shit.
Each episode builds upon the last, so we recommend starting at the beginning.
Now, let's make a movie.
How's my levels doing?
Bad.
Santeria.
Check. Everyone check their switches.
Everyone check their switch.
Yeah, I know I had to switch yours and I just had to switch mine. Mike, check. Whoa.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Swain, but I feel like my levels are still pretty low.
Yeah, they are. Your switch was, your dial was fucked.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys.
How did I fuck that dial, dog?
Would you count to 5 for me, please?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you. All right, audio set.
What the fuck was that?
That was testing audio. Checking levels.
Yeah, I was dialing in. Maddie, would you count to 5 for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, Maddie's levels are set.
Swain, will you count to 5 for us?
Sure. I don't like this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Except you're not even going to be facing that way when you do it.
No, it's true. Someone else should be really working the dials here.
Oh, shit.
All right, we are ready for Room Tone. I don't know. What is happening?
I feel like I'm in Black Mirror.
When does this bit end?
I don't know.
What was the bit? I thought we were getting audio. What happened?
Well, we were, but then it was like, we kind of made a bigger deal about it. So then it was like...
We have never fucking done that before.
Yeah.
Make a bigger deal of something?
No! Do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing. And you guys were like, let's just do some audio here. That was an audio test. You sounded like fucking aliens. What the hell was that?
You know, sometimes aliens and people are one and the same. Half my relatives are aliens.
Right.
Oh, yeah. True.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe in aliens.
I want to believe.
No, that's how professionals get a sound check, get the audio levels ready.
I hated it.
Yeah, no, me too. It was a good time.
Pause for Room Tone.
For the love of God, pause. My name is Austin Swain. I'm an animator and video production specialist in commercial advertising. And fuck, I'm hungry.
Is that what you learned?
That's...
Is that what you learned? Yeah.
No, that's not what I learned. But I will tell you a fun fact about my life and a fun fact that was recently discussed in my life. How about that?
Let's hear it.
Over the last weekend, my dad and stepmom visited our house, and we got to entertain people at our house, which is something we don't often do. And they brought 2 pies as a housewarm, or like as a house gift. And it was a lovely sight. And now we have a kitchen filled with pie. Mm-hmm. And I've just been eating a lot of pie this week.
That's nice, man. That's awesome.
It was just a shock.
What? How did you start this?
It's a fun fact about my life. The fun fact is
it though? It's kind of fun.
There's a lot of pie right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my life.
And just because there won't be pie tomorrow.
Oh, there will be pie tomorrow.
Oh, there's a lot of... Did I say 2 pies? I said 2 pies.
Although there may not always be pie, it's good to recognize the days when there is some.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. This is another life lesson.
You just became a fucking motivational speaker in your intros.
Apparently. And I guess before my intro gets any fucking longer, I did promise you a fun fact that was recently discussed, and I'll just say that a few blocks from our house are old trolley tracks from like the early days of this town, and they're still there. They're just covered by sod. So there's like a grassy median. There's
they're covered in grass.
They're covered in grass now, and you can walk on them, and dogs walk on them, and it's just kind of nice to think of little trolley tracks underneath there. So
it's like you're the train.
Yeah.
You get to run down the grass saying choo choo choo.
Is that what you do? Choo choo.
Well, not when people are looking. But that's me.
My name's Austin Arpeza. I'm an amateur filmmaker, and my win of the week is...
It's his win of the week. What is the win of the week? Whoa.
For Austin O.
Austin O, what'd he win?
My win of the week. Okay. My win of the week is I got Blackout. I don't want to.
In bingo.
Bingo.
Oh, wow. I was like, what?
Okay, now it has to be.
Yeah, I got Blackout.
I was about to be so offended.
And warn a bitch.
Yeah.
That came out so suddenly. Oh my god.
But congrats.
Thank you.
Is that actually your win?
I mean, I guess it's technically a win.
What'd you win?
It's kind of dumb. Dude, I thought the Blackout like Endgame was gonna be like so much cooler. Like you know, this was prize A shelf. That's the prize B shelf.
Yeah, which prize A shelf already sucked.
Yeah,
Right.
hardcore.
It was like a stress ball and a roll of tape.
But did the stress ball look like a boob?
No.
Fortunately not. I got a palette full of sticky notes.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yeah. I do use a lot
Like
of sticky
a
notes.
mini
Yeah.
palette,
A
though.
mini
Not
palette,
like
yeah.
a full palette full of sticky
Like
notes.
a 50 cent.
It came in with the forklift and I...
Just dropped it down. And I said, hell yeah, brother.
Oh, my name is Maddie, and I'm technically a writer. And my movie/TV show recommendation of the week is Masters of Sex, which I
Nice.
can't remember if I've already suggested that, but I suggest it again.
At least once.
Right. And
What's Master of Sex about?
it's a story of a like doctor, a gynecologist in the like 50s and 60s or somewhere in there that basically like starts a sex study to like examine what happens to the body during sex, like physiological, like emotional, like all kinds of like study it.
Yeah. Is David Tennant in it?
No, but Michael Sheen is.
Oh.
I wish David Tennant was in it.
Just walks in. Fuck.
I'm done.
Yeah. But no, it's basically the story, like it's kind of like a historical drama.
Yeah.
But it's like funny at
Yeah.
the same time. And it's just a good watch. It's interesting and it's got a lot of sex in it. If you're into watching sex.
Who isn't?
So I would recommend that.
If you're one of those.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of a bio, like it's about a real guy, right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty loosely based.
Loosely about a real guy. They do make a special dildo. Oh. This one's got a camera built in.
Oh.
They film the inside of a vagina during sex.
That's kind of fun.
I know. Yeah, it's very interesting.
And then
And it's got Michael Sheen in it.
Yeah.
So
and you get to see his little butt.
Michael
you do
Sheen's
get to see his
peen.
little butt. You do not get to see peen. Sheen peen.
No Sheen Peen.
But I can show it to you if you'd like.
Oh, why do you have it?
Get that on the
have
ringtone gets
another
canceled
picture.
a dark web Patreon.
Oh, you don't need the dark web.
I'll just give it to
Yeah,
you.
but that's where we're selling it. Speaking of selling, who's ready to put their body on the line?
Oh, me.
You sounded like you were being squeezed. Oh my god.
So on today's episode, we're going to go over fundraising and how to kind of gather funds.
How to raise funds.
How to raise funds, exactly.
And how to raise the fun.
Always raising the fun.
Here at the Room Tone Podcast Studio, aka your living room.
That's right. A few weeks ago, we had a good conversation about the budget of this short film, and then spent the next few weeks looking at the locations and casts and props that we'd be able to buy with that budget. Mm-hmm. And that number we landed on was about $10,000.
Yep.
Woo!
A healthy 10.
A healthy 10.
Which, yes, to the viewer, if you're trying to make a short film, that is a terrifying number.
Yep.
That's not something to scoff at.
We're feeling that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not
unachievable.
No, there's $10,000 exists in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, technically nothing's impossible.
Exactly.
I mean, people have made worse films for more money.
Oh, yes. Have you seen Marvel? Bazinga.
You know, there's a book that kind of reminds me of this situation called Rebel Without a Crew.
Okay.
It's a book by Robert Rodriguez, and like the tagline is how a 23-year-old filmmaker with $7,000 became a Hollywood player. So it's talking about his like first movie and like how he had to use guerrilla filmmaking in order to achieve his first movie.
Yeah.
And it's like a memoir, you know, he recants that like time in his life.
Oh, for sure.
And I think like that kind of feels similar to like what we're trying to achieve, because yes, we want to do things by the book, but we're also trying to figure out, hey, what's a good way to make this cheaper, or what can we get away with to make this thing happen?
Yeah. What obstacles do we face? Yeah. How can we make those manageable for ourselves? And how can we bring in like the power to get them done?
Yeah. So, you know, kind of went on a tangent. That's my bad.
No. Yeah. That's a good reference. We'll link that. It's sponsorable.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, writer of that book.
Robert Rodriguez.
Want to help
for
us?
The homies.
He directed Spy Kids, Machete.
Oh, so
Spy
he can't
Kids
be
2.
doing anything.
Huh?
Yeah.
So he's probably not doing anything.
No, he also directed Anita. He directed Death Proof with Quentin Tarantino. He's done a lot. Cool. Like a lot.
Well, Richard, send us some help.
Please.
So yeah, today we'll get to kind of look at some options, maybe do some brainstorming, and just like talk a little bit about the challenges of like raising money to pull together a project like this.
Wow.
Yahoo!
Should we start this off with like a brainstorm?
Bake sale.
My brain is storming. Bake sale?
Bake sale.
Bake sale?
Like I'll strike a lightning from the sky, the perfect idea.
Okay. Explain.
Money can be exchanged for goods and or services.
Yes.
Okay.
Just something I thought, you know, we could. So here's one way that people raise money. They sell stuff. I've thought about a bake sale / silent auction. So we could like potentially have local businesses supply like gift cards or items or something.
Yeah.
That would be a lot of like going around and asking people for stuff, but it's a small thing that like we could put together and people could sell things.
I agree. I think that is a very good.
It's just a chugga. I mean, bake sale is like square one fundraiser. So I just figured I'd get us rolling.
Morgan had an idea. You know how you can live stream on Twitch? Well, Amazon Prime and Twitch have a deal that you can do a movie watch party on Twitch. So we could do one of those and like be commentating throughout the movie. You know, just talking about dumb shit, having a good time, hanging out.
Hell yeah.
And then Twitch has a function where you can donate money to...
so like our watch through videos,
Yeah.
But you could...
But people would tune in for it and chat and like
on live.
interact.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
And that way it's kind of keeping on brand of what we've done before in the past.
Yeah,
and like,
totally.
Kind of makes it a new event, you know?
People like our watch throughs, I think.
And winter's coming up. People are going to be inside.
Yeah.
Us included.
I think, you know, maybe figure out ways on how we can be more entertaining rather than just like us sitting down and watching. Maybe we can play a game.
Yeah.
With it, you know, just I don't know, think of some fun stuff like that. I think it's a good idea. And if we wanted to do like, if we wanted to try one, figure out the logistics, try one, see how well that does, and then like maybe do them every, I don't know, once a month, once every 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that could be like a nice little small revenue pile up, you know, like it's not going to like buy us the film, but like I think it's going to be a good start.
Could be a good passive income.
That's a great idea.
Supplementary. I think it's fun. Plus, it means we get to watch movies and hang out.
Yeah.
Win.
And we get the chance to interact more with like the audience that's, you know, if you're listening
With
right
our
now,
fans.
you can't talk to us right now, but if that were the case, then we'd be able to interact and be on chat, and
Exactly.
that would be interesting. That'd be fun.
I can look up more of the logistics on it if that's something we're interested in.
Yeah.
Thank you for sure.
Legit.
Sweet.
Definitely.
The other idea I've liked, if I can throw another one out there, unless someone else wants to say one.
For it.
The other idea I've liked was putting together a film festival and like collaborating with colleges and like telling students, hey, like submit your films here or whatever, and we can sell tickets somewhere, and we can combine that with the bake sale, sell baked goods during the theater.
True.
And sell tickets for admission, and then have a little thing. See if we can get see if we can get sponsored by like the downtown theater.
There are a few places in town. That like have the capabilities. Like there's a lot of like video centric colleges and a lot of movie theaters in town. So I agree, like something like that could really work out. Like that's another one of those, just like getting everybody on board, just getting people to like provide a little bit, and just all of that collaboration comes together.
And the collaboration also means that we're getting more eyes on us. Like people, once our names are starting to get out there and understanding like what we're doing, people are going to flock to our room tone, Spotify or whatever.
Flock they will.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because like I feel like an average person is going to hear about a film festival that's happening this weekend. Okay, I'm bored. I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, it was sponsored by Room Tone. And we have like a little like mission card or whatever what we're trying to do. Okay, that sounds interesting. I'll at least watch one episode. I'll hear what they have to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then like if it's something that piques their interest, like they'll keep going.
Yeah, we would proceed every short film with a short speech and potentially improvised dance.
Yeah.
About the podcast. No,
I can dance naked. I don't care. Whatever we need.
We got ourselves a party.
Yeah.
Fire.
The biggest hurdle with that is going to be finding the content.
Yeah.
And so it would really depend on like locating local artists who are like interested in like have a project they want to share, have an interest in doing it at that moment, and like having disposable income to pay a submission fee, because that's another way that we want to raise money.
Well, see, that's what I'm thinking. Like, what if we don't do a submission fee? Like, what if?
Okay.
I think we do. We do like mention that there is going to be like a review fee, or not review fee, a review process, and so like not everyone can just like post whatever. Like, like it's going to be judged by us to see like, yeah, okay, yeah, no, accepted, not accepted.
Yeah.
If they're accepted, they're going to be more inclined to tell people, hey, come to this thing. Like, let's watch this thing.
Yeah.
And then we just charge an admission fee.
Yeah.
Like to enter the theater.
Yeah.
I think that works. And then like as part of the theater and the viewing thing, we can look into like food and bake sale items.
Yeah.
Like I think it'd be cool to like have a small, like be able to offer some sort of small food.
Like a concession.
Yeah.
Like popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can also get a good amount of our merch, and we can sell our merch there as well.
A filmy fundraiser.
Exactly. And I think like what's going to drive people to come to this thing is how we kind of pitch what this is. This is like a way to fundraise our film, but this is also a way to highlight video production artists in the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we want
outside of just a school setting.
Exactly. So when I said partner with the colleges, I don't mean that it's only college submission. Like I'm just saying like, hey, like get the word out.
Yeah.
Like we want submissions by this day. If you want to have something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what if just to see like the level of interest and like the potential of content, what if we make a post like when this episode comes out, we could make an Instagram post like announcing a potential film festival, and just making the point that it relies on content submission. That's why it's free. That's why there's no limit on like age or like location. Like we'd like you to be here, but like just submit it. We'll show it. We'll like we want to elevate you as an independent artist.
Yeah.
And give them a deadline, and we just see what comes in, and then we can know if it's going to happen.
So we've been really working hard up to this point, and now I think are thinking about at some point taking a little bit of time off the podcast and start really putting our notes to the grindstone and work on things that just need to be worked on.
Yeah, as we've like wrapped up kind of all of these production conversations, like got those kind of creative and logistic things out of the way, we're now just kind of faced with, okay, now we need just some time to raise the funds and get things together to actually make this production happen. Things that like aren't super interesting to talk about. It's just like, we got to go out and do it.
Yeah, exactly. And so like during that time, that's when we will be like if we do this, like doing the work and putting that in and trying to find out.
You're totally right, but you definitely said doo-doo.
You did.
You did. But yeah, I mean, we've talked, this is Minnesota. We don't really want to shoot in the bitter cold. We've talked about doing like a spring shoot, a spring production of 2024. And so, yeah, I mean, if we wanted to host a film festival in like February or something, that's still like enough time to plan and still enough time afterwards to like make other shit happen.
Yeah. Agreed.
Especially because I have a supplemental idea, which I guess isn't a new one, but I think that a smart and thoughtful crowdfunding campaign is a very effective route.
Agreed. So like a GoFundMe
or even Kickstarter. Yeah, I was doing a little bit of research today and like watching some more like successful short film artists. A big shout out to someone who I've been looking to a lot for like education in this space, and I guess kind of a competitor, but good people. But the channel is Standard Story Company, and I watched a video that he put out about how he had to raise multiple thousands of dollars to put together a short film, like very much what we're going through, and just kind of talked about like how they ended up using Kickstarter and how it was effective for them and just kind of the right ways to go about it. And so I think it's something that would be worth looking into.
It's a good thing you're familiar with Kickstarter.
Yeah. I mean, I've run a
semi-successful
right into a wall. I mean, I was part of a semi-successful Kickstarter, and I definitely learned a lot of things. We won't go into it, but in another life I tried to sell some stuff and I didn't.
But you got the funds to get the stuff.
Yeah, we did get like a few $1,000s, which really, if like looking at a goal of 10 grand and like potentials to do film festivals / bake sales,
I also like the idea of silent auction.
/silent
auction. What the
auction.
fuck does that mean? I'm confused about that.
Silent auction?
No, I mean, I know what a silent auction is, but like, how would that work for our benefit?
So we would go around to businesses and be like, do you have like anything that you could donate or something like that?
Like a gift card or something.
Like a gift card.
Or a
donate to a silent auction.
Yeah.
And even like if they give it to us on consignment or something, then we'll say like, we'll give you whatever percentage or whatever value out of what's raised by the bidders, and we'll take the profit.
Okay.
Like as an understanding of it's a fundraiser kind of a thing.
Right. For sure.
That, or even like we could do something like our like services.
I've thought about that too.
Yeah.
It will be winter, which is unfortunate.
But like it could be
services?
Bodily services.
I'll film anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
I did.
You can have my toenails. I don't know.
No, but like it doesn't have to be like we do it now. It's like when you need a videographer. Or
Sure.
like,
Oh yeah, we could put that up for silent auction. I will admit, over the last few weeks, like because I know we were going to be having this conversation, I did have like the mental image of us all sitting in like a lemonade stand-esque, like in the park, just with our little cameras, and it would be like $5 photo session in the flowers.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
And we're just like ready to shoot people at the park.
that sounds fun. I would do that.
It kind of does sound fun. You'd like put on a timer and be like, okay, you get 2 minutes for $5. Let's go.
You know what? We can also throw in like another kick to it.
Yeah.
It could also be a lemonade stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we just do a lemonade stand?
Okay.
Photo or lemonade. Or both.
Pick one. We're busy. You got a photo or lemonade. Come on.
Don't mind the bees. They don't cameras.
Don't mind Maddie. She's just taking pictures of the bees.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think those are some really good ideas. And of course, we still have our merch store. Maybe we do like a new run of merch and we like update that. All the ideas are really good. And I am really excited to see what we can execute.
Mm-hmm.
Totally agree.
I do think like getting other artists involved is going to make this project more powerful in terms of like just like why people would want to help fundraise it, you know?
And that's really been our core. I mean, we are just like young artists looking for a platform and like to elevate that in other people. I mean, I think selling shirts sounds fun, but also that's like us trying to elevate based on our shirt design skills. And really we should focus on like, hey, we're young artists who want people to talk to. Maybe there's other people like that.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
That's very true.
That doesn't mean we shouldn't design some sick ass coffee mugs.
Hell yeah.
Right.
And pawn those to those other artists.
Yes. You want this for money?
Yeah, you thought you just wanted to hang out with us.
Maddie, did you trade 2 shirts for a painting? Yeah.
Oh, I totally do that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to bring up like pros and cons for each of these ideas. And so while I think that Kickstarter is powerful, it also like really depends on like the sale. Like we really have to sell ourselves on Kickstarter, plus a few other options or like approaches. But like my big con here is like we would have to put some time into the campaign. And I think it's obvious that we would need to have like a video to be part of that campaign. And so potentially that means...
It's a good thing we know a video guy.
We know a couple.
I'll say...
A wave.
A little wave.
I was commentating for the people who couldn't see you.
Okay.
So maybe that means that we'd like shoot a test scene, like shoot a piece of dialogue from our script or something. Or I mean,
I like that.
I think it's either that or we shoot a trailer, and shooting a trailer sounds like a lot more work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that would be like the big hurdle there.
Yeah.
Among other things. But with Kickstarter, you either get all the money or you get none of the money. So I think there we would like very much not try to raise $10,000.
Right.
It would be like 5.
Yeah.
Or ish.
Yeah.
And then you build in stretch goals to like, okay, we got the 5, but like now, do you guys want lights in this movie?
Yeah.
Do you want to be able to hear it? Okay.
That's like a lot of people on Patreon will do just like $1 a month to just be like, I support you.
Yeah.
But if you want any sort of like behind the scenes or extra content, it's more than $1. So it's like, you start low, achieve the lowest, and then you can add on.
I did not know that was an option.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense. But yes, I mean, we'd start, we'd start low, start casual, and just like be, have our eyes towards the future.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, we would probably, and I think definitely, if you have my vote, like shoot a scene.
Yeah.
Even, not the right actors or location or whatever, but we would spend, like a weekend, which would be fun.
Yeah. I agree.
It's something we've like kind of talked about here and there. I don't know what scene we'd do. I was kind of trying to think about it, but I don't know if that's a conversation for right now.
No.
But something to think on. Hey, in the comments, which scene would you like to see as like the teaser scene to kind of spearhead this campaign? I'd be interested to know.
Yeah, maybe on one of our social medias, we will post a poll and ask, your guys' opinion. What do you think is a good idea for a fundraiser? What are you guys excited for?
The theme of this episode is support. We are looking to support ourselves, gain support from the community, and find out how we can support the community back and, really bring a voice to artists and to our viewers and things like that. So the best way that you can use your voice in this moment is go to the poll, go to our social media, and look for that place where we're going to be asking about these fundraising opportunities, and let us know which of those you would be most willing to like be a part of, be supportive of. Because we've got a few options and a few of them are going to take some work. So like if we know from you guys what you'd be most excited about, then we can focus the work there.
Agreed. Another thing you could do is pause for room tone.
What about a dog party?